read you the agenda for Tuesday nights.
Tomorrow, yeah, Tuesday night.
Yeah, I know. We're so used to doing this the day before for Tuesday night's city council meeting.
Yes, and let's see, January 20th is the day before the council meeting, which is Tuesday the 21st, but January 20th is both the celebration of Martin Luther King's birthday and the inauguration of Trump 2.
And some police officers are doing a polar plunge in Methuen.
Yes.
And our good buddy Jay Cirillo is going to be doing the polar plunge.
Yes. Yes. And I will be up there taking photos for the Rumbo News.
Yep. So, And
the weather doesn't look too good, which makes it even better.
We're supposed to get snow on Sunday, but I don't know about Monday.
They're saying it's going to be cold Monday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
it is what it is.
Please go and support our local police.
Yeah. Now I got a question even before we get into the agenda. That block right there. The everything that they read. Now that was a 2-year thing that our illustrious governor reinstituted back in 23 about Zoom meetings and all that.
Right.
Are they going to redo that again come April of 25?
Don't know.
We know how effective Zoom meetings are at City Council.
They suck.
Being charitable.
Well, not only that, but it's if a council can't attend, but then they go on Zoom, but then you have to, it just becomes horrible because sometimes they can't hear, or you can't hear them. It just enough is enough.
I look at the council as that avail themselves on occasion of the Zoom meeting, and from the waist up they're dressed nicely. I want to know, do they have sweatpants or pajama pants, or do they even have underwear on underneath us? I know. I'm quite
sure if it was me, I would be in my pajamas, but that's just me. And many times on Zoom meetings I was, because you really, I think it's a waste of, you waste more time on the Zoom.
And also in that box is 2 addresses for watching it on Facebook. Well, I can't because I got booted off of Facebook, but that's another story. For better and for worse. And then YouTube. They're also on YouTube.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
So we go through agenda, the roll call, moment of silence, pledge of the allegiance. And I'll tell you, it frustrates the hell out of me seeing people standing there. They want something before the council, and they can't even bother pledging allegiance.
I
know.
I know.
Minutes, they're going to approve a vote on council minutes for December 3rd, December 17th, and January 7th.
Well, that's kind of up to date, huh?
Yeah, well, again, it'd be nice if they were updated, the minutes online. I mean, I know somebody that isn't too happy about not being able to find minutes online, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then there's...
No public hearings, yay!
No, we forgot about public participation.
Oh, yeah, public participation.
Mr. Molly and myself, probably. That's a given. Those two are givens.
Those 2 are givens. It's whoever else might want to. Who knows?
All right. Public hearings, none.
Thank goodness.
After sitting through the ordinance committee meeting the other night.
There's going to be a lot. And if those order public hearing and those go through for February 4th? No,
the 17th.
For the 4th.
They'd have to be all the city will go broke putting those ads in.
February 4th, and that's also the day of the State of the City. So can you imagine, that's going to be a midnight...
I forgot to bring in that ordinance, or that section of the city charter.
Whatever.
It's 4.7.
Okay.
But we'll get to that later on.
So matters pending? Not really.
Nothing.
No.
Everything is from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2.5 years ago. Yeah. We have a communication from the mayor, city officials, and city attorney. This is correspondence from Council President Giovanni Rodriguez.
I think it has to do with maybe, I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
Because they jump, on the new business, they jump from 13 to 15, and he's talking about number 14.
Right.
So I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no budget and finance. There's no housing. Now we have ordinance.
Ordinance.
Okay, so this one, 42923, discontinue the use of a portion of Bay State Road as a public way from McFarland Street to Jordan Street. Dan McCarthy, land use planner, they need to order a public hearing. And what they're going to do is take that piece of property and build a basketball court and other. Remember they were talking about that, Brad?
They phrased it in a rather quaint manner, a pumping track, and then in parentheses, a cycle track.
Right.
Why can't they just say what it is? But
it's going to be, and it's near the Boys and Girls Club,
Yeah.
so that's another good thing. But that's going to be order of public hearing. That's one public hearing
Yeah.
that they're going to order. The next one, 4024, handicap parking, 20 Belmont Street.
that's a year old.
That's a year old, but that's another one. It finally got.
They're going to order a public hearing.
Order a public hearing. That's two.
Okay, stop sign Warren and Lowell Street, make it a four-way stop. That's a given. That should be done. Oh,
Well,
no,
it's
it's
going to be
being
withdrawn.
withdrawn.
Right. They said no. Remember they said that they looked into it and it needs to be withdrawn.
Warren Street, that's where they got the
Warren's.
garden for.
No, that's further up.
That's further up.
That's Oxford Street. I think Warren Street. That's. I can tell you what used to be at the corner. Used to be Irving Fisher's funeral home for the Jewish residents of Lawrence.
Oh.
It used to be there. So that's further up. That's one block down from Lowell and Milton.
Okay, let's see. Now, the next two are handicap parking, and I'm bringing them both together because they're both being withdrawn.
Right.
One at 343 South Broadway. Ooh, this is an interesting name.
Yep.
And the city engineer. I didn't realize we had a city engineer. I thought we had an acting city engineer. I know that's my pet peeve.
Yeah, I know.
And also 57 Sergeant Street. And good friend Federlina put that on last year, but now it's being withdrawn.
Right. So then we have a bunch of order public hearings. So the first one is handicap parking 177, 179 Bailey Street.
25 Boyd Street.
Yeah.
Okay, now we jump to just to screw us up, 15-minute parking at 294 Prospect Street, Gomez Market. That's going to be a public hearing again.
Right. Now, you know where that is, don't you? That's at the corner of Prospect and East Haverhill.
Yeah.
And then Irving Avenue, one way from Hampshire Street to Saratoga. Another order of public hearing.
That's the street that's First Street north of the Spigot River.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It starts on Hampshire Street right there at the exit from or entrance to Central Catholic parking lot.
I believe. Yes,
Okay.
I believe so. And then handicap parking, 44 Perry Ave. Public hearing.
Yeah. I got a couple stops, well, 2 or 3 stop signs. One at Appleton Street at Canal Street from the bridge heading northerly. Common sense you would stop, but
Right. But
we don't have common sense
But that's
around.
being withdrawn.
Okay.
And then the one at Museum Square Garage at Canal Street is being withdrawn.
That one's being withdrawn.
Yep.
And a stop sign at Mill Street at Canal Street, again heading northerly
Yep.
from the bridge.
Yeah.
Withdrawn.
Right. And then handicap parking, 46 Kendall Street. Public hearing.
Stop sign East Haverhill Street, corner of Avon, being withdrawn.
Yep. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 public hearings. One for 48 Saunders,
171 Garden Street,
117 Oxford.
63 Milton,
Yep. And 23 Forest.
and lastly, no, this one is being withdrawn.
Right.
This is 38 Duckett Avenue.
Right.
Stop sign being withdrawn. Center Street at the corner of Walnut.
Yep. And then handicap, then two more order public hearings. One's at 303 Prospect and 219 Prospect.
And then we have a four-way stop that's being withdrawn at the corner of Lowell and Milton Street.
Right.
Handicap parking, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 6 of them, I guess. 76 Inman Street, public hearing. 514 Havel Street,
Public
hearing. 22 Irene Street,
Public hearing.
public hearing.
And then,
2 withdrawns.
yeah, I know, huh?
It's 163 Spruce and 21 Wendell.
No, no.
Oh, wait a minute.
9 Keeley
No,
Court.
I forgot Keeley. How could I
That's
forget
withdrawn.
Keeley?
Who the hell, where the hell is it? I don't even know what that was. And 163 Spruce Street are being
Okay.
withdrawn. Then we have two more public hearings, which is 21 Wendell and 18 Fulton.
Yeah.
And then another withdrawal.
Withdrawn, four-way stop, Milton and Lowell Street. Didn't we have something like that already?
But you know what? That is, well, yes, Lowell Street corner of Milton. That's, yeah, whatever.
Two more handicap parkings, public hearings, 120 High Street, 128 Hancock Street.
Right. And then, this is unusual. Approve and adoption of the Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan by Dan McCarthy.
And a proposed ordinance, probationary period. I always thought there was a probationary period, but
Yeah, whatever. Then one more order public hearing to install 2 JO poles on Lowell Street near Amesbury.
okay. Now going back to it's a little bit off topic on the hazard mitigation
Right.
plan, but remember the ones that they were fighting about the one that was behind the donut shop that Brian owns on that street? They are doing some work there. I drove by it the other day, and they were working on the West Street side of it. They were
Okay.
excavating, so they are doing some work there,
Okay.
which is good to see.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Personnel. No report.
No. Do you want to explain what the when we say JO polls, you want?
Forgot about
people,
that.
Yeah.
Dave, how could we forget Dave?
I know. Well, he wasn't there, but
Personnel, public safety, and
Yeah.
committee of the whole. Nothing.
no. Old business. Proposed new ordinance for manager of financial administrative services, DPW director. What?
Wouldn't that fall
Fall
under
in
the associate
capo?
administrative director?
You would think so, but he lost.
Well,
one, so
again,
maybe-
I made the mistake thinking.
Yeah, well, he lost one, so maybe that was, I don't know.
This one is a good idea. A rule allowing proclamations and citations to be heard when they're introduced.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I can see that. I mean,
But normally they fall into new business and they get.
they get thrown up the ordinance, and then all the councilors have to sit there and sign. They
it,
get
right.
the big long table in the council office. They have them
Yeah.
spread out.
Okay.
Is there anything of any interest on?
No, we should get rid of some of the ones from 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, 20.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking a lot of stuff that needs to,
Let's see.
Home rule petition. Establishing credible service for police and fire.
Duh. You wear the uniform. That's credible to me. I don't care.
Yeah, well, I know. I totally agree. And anything police and fire want, that should be top priority. They shouldn't even have to come before the council. It should automatically be an okay.
Okay, now
New business.
I'll let you start with the first one. 'Cause
Appointment of Dan McCarthy as planning director.
Okay, now.
They should have had that 4 years ago. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I know it.
This has just been one, postponing. Doesn't go up. Now all of a sudden,
Okay.
this needs to go up.
They they mention suspend rule number 21. I have the council rules
Okay,
here.
what is that?
Rule 21, final rejection. When an ordinance or resolution has been rejected or disposed of by the city council, no ordinance or resolution which is substantially the same shall be introduced by any council member or committee at any time within 12 months next following final action on such ordinance or resolution. The restriction shall not apply when the council has granted leave to withdraw on a previous ordinance or resolution. Okay, now, when they shot this thing down earlier, they said it was withdrawn without prejudice,
Right.
which means it can be brought back.
Right.
But Rule 21 prohibits it, so they're going to try to suspend Rule 21 and do Dan right.
I certainly hope so.
I hope-
Because he should have had this job. He should have had this job 4 years ago.
Yeah. He knows more about
Oh
the
my
going on of land
Yeah.
and what should happen in the city
Oh,
than
definitely.
all the greedy.
Oh yeah.
I can't say
But no,
that.
but it's true. He knows more of what's going on, what's happening. The land use. What is what?
The
what do you-
regulations.
Yeah, regulations. I mean, that's why on planning board and even zoning, it's the first thing people say. Dan, what do you think?
But there are issues there.
And this better pass. I'm serious. This better pass because it's just enough is enough. He
Now-
was promised 4 years ago. Look where we are now.
Yeah.
Still nothing.
Okay, now this is an interesting one. 15-225, resolution in support of Assistant City Attorney Kevin Foley. They just renewed his contract.
I know. So what's the resolution about? I don't know.
Mark put it up. Mark LaPlante put it up there.
I don't know.
No, well,
Whatever. Approved layout and alteration plan for a portion of Glen Street. That'll be interesting. I wonder what that's going to be about.
Oh, wait a minute.
Glen Street's
Wait a minute.
industrial park.
Didn't they want to make something one way on Glen Street?
I don't know.
Over in the industrial park area.
I don't know. But I know that, that's the industrial park, so I don't know. That I don't know.
Let's see. Handicap parking, 327 Prospect Street. Handicap parking, 140 Jackson Street.
Handicap parking,
Handicap parking, 1 Linden Street.
Okay. Remove handicap parking from 67 Farnham Street. Okay.
Now, this one doesn't make too much sense. No parking on is Sergeant Avenue a little side street, or is that the one that comes off of
Ferry?
East Havel
East
Street
Havel,
next to the Lutheran Church?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know if that's Sergeant Street
yeah.
or Sergeant. It may be Sergeant.
It's true.
That's Sergeant Street, yeah.
Okay. So maybe this is a little.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Okay. And the next one, appropriation. Can you read that one? Because I can't, my thing printed it.
Appropriation transfer.
Okay.
$300,000 from
what?
various accounts that have probably money left. Oops, did I say that?
Yeah.
For something I never heard of, the child care circuit. Is that like the rodeo circuit?
I guess it's as good as mine. Never heard that one before. Like I said, I don't know.
Again,
Yeah. Okay, the next one next three actually are for the police department, which don't have, authorization to expend $30,000. Project Safe Neighborhood Initiative, not a problem.
authority to expend $299,866.91. I'm just practicing in case I get elected.
Okay.
I can say numbers.
Okay. The Shannon Grant, we've always done the Shannon Grant, not a problem. Authorization to expend $37,490 for BJA FY24 Edward Byrne Justice Assistant Grant.
And last but not least, authority to expend $5,000, a mini grant.
Okay.
What's the difference between a mini grant and a regular grant?
You need to go and get someone.
BJA Comprehensive Opioid Stimulant and Substance Abuse Program.
Which is fine. That
Yeah.
anything the police and fire want,
Got
it
no
should
pro-
be it should be an automatic. It's yours. Just do it. It shouldn't. Something. It just put it through.
Yeah.
I mean, it should go not before the council. I think it should go to the CAFO. Because let it. Let him approve.
Well, that's going to be
Shit, Joe.
how can I phrase it delicately? A crap show.
Mm-hmm.
Because the CAFO is going to be supposedly leaving the end of this month.
I heard. I think. Yeah.
That's what when I talked to him 2 or 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He said that he would be leaving the end of January.
And I heard they were giving him a going away party. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, who? I think the person that comes with him to the city council meetings and all that. I think she's going to fill in for him until. But she's a comptroller.
Friends and Neighbors Employment Agency.
No. She's been there. No, she's been right there right along.
That-
Someone who is qualified. Yes.
Well, again,
She's the one that comes. She's the one that when he gets up to when things. She's there with the budget. All she's there with the computer. She's been there a long time. She knows what's going on.
Well, this brings up an entirely new issue about job qualifications.
No one has them anymore.
Well, I still get a lot of job job postings
Yeah.
that have job requirements.
Right.
And they have X number of year education with this degree and this degree.
Yep.
And working in this type of environment for X number of years.
Yep.
Followed by the phrase or equivalency or equivalent.
Okay.
When these people get brought up for appointment, nothing is ever mentioned really about how well their work experience fits into the job requirement experience.
Right. Oh yeah, I know.
There are some that, quite frankly, they would be crucified. They'd be dragged over the hot coals to make sure your work qualifications match everything else.
I know.
I look at it and I say, do I say there's a double standard? Yeah, there is. I'll be honest. I'll come out and say it. And it doesn't bother me at all because they'd be lying if they said there isn't a double standard.
That's right. All right. So what are those other papers you have, sir?
Okay. Everybody thinks that the city council strictly works by the city charter and Robert's Rules of Order. These are the rules of the Lawrence City Council. And there are 26 of them.
Oh.
The last of which says the rules contained in the current edition of Robert's Rules of Order, newly revised, shall govern the City Council in all cases.
Okay.
Nowhere in here is there anything that a good friend of mine, who's also a state rep, every time he sees me, Francisco Paulino says, remember, Russell, be nice. There's nothing in here that says be nice.
Yep.
We know that. We've seen it. Yeah, nice? No. But again, they have everything delineated here. It's interesting read. A lot of people don't understand it. When they say Rule 12, we want to suspend this or suspend that.
Yeah.
There is a reason that they're saying it.
Okay.
It is what it is. Now, you had mentioned earlier the February 4th meeting. That's supposed to be. I got to be careful
I'm bringing a pillow and a blanket because it will be a late.
I have to be careful how I say this because I'm old enough to remember Kevin White when he was mayor of Boston.
I remember him too.
Oh, and the way he used to say the word city.
Right. He could never say it.
The city charter states in section 4.7 that the mayor shall deliver the state of the city address in person.
Yep.
And quite frankly, there's nothing in the city in that 4.7 that says that, and I'm gonna be crucified for saying this, there's nothing that says that this has to be bilingual. English is a de facto language. The charter's written in English, the state of the city address should be given in English. People want to learn.
Well, it is. It's given, he reads it in Spanish, and then last year, was it Nestor who read it in English?
Yeah.
Spanish, so
Do it in one language, English, and we have half the boredom,
right.
half the snoring.
I mean, I do remember that, when Dan Rivera was mayor, he would, in English, and he would repeat, some parts he would say,
Yeah.
but it was him. So it wasn't, stopping, having someone else.
Yeah.
Then it just, that's, and I do remember Dan, but it wasn't, and even Kendra's, this was the same way, I believe.
Yeah.
Kendra's did the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I know we live in a diverse
We do.
environment. I'm going to drop it right there.
Okay.
I don't want to lose any votes if I run.
Right. Okay.
Now, we all know there's a big fiasco going on in City Hall regarding the police chief. I have the luxury, at one point in time, I used to subscribe online to the Eagle Tribune. I still get the front page sent to me every day. This is yesterday's front page edition. Where my fingers are, I'm trying to look at the camera, where my fingers are, somebody placed prime rib Monday and Wednesday nights. This was on a Thursday, day late and dollar short. My online edition did not have that. Now, what am I complaining about? As I peel the sticker off, the headline says, DA mum on charges against provisional chief. That was covering, it said, DA mum on charges, isional chief.
Yeah.
Okay? All right?
So where's the prime rib?
The prime rib, the Irish Cottage Pub.
Okay.
I'll give them a plug.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Mondays, all kind of kids' meals for $2.99.
Yeah, forget those.
I'll give them a free plug.
Wow.
Now, today,
Yep.
again, I get the headline,
Yep.
I get the thing, and on the newsstand, again, this is what I get. Now, the iron, I'll pull the sticker off, and I'll show you the headline. It says, an officer, DePina Castro intimidated him. A little bit more on that later, but the sticker, a tire store on Broadway next to what's the liquor store on the corner of Broadway and Manchester? But I think it's the next store up from that.
Yeah, that's it's Broadway Tire.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, you're at Broadway Tire.
Yeah.
But the whole article is one officer has been interviewed, and I have not seen the report. It's according to Jill, who wrote 2 good articles.
Yeah.
It's either 68-page or an 86-page report.
The Bennett report is 86, I believe.
Okay, but the officer's name was redacted.
Which I
don't blame him.
I don't blame him
But
either.
again,
Yeah.
Several officials, I won't go mentioning positions, you go by the newspaper.
Yep.
Take the fun out of it. Several officials talked to this police officer and told him things could be a lot better if. To me, that's almost suborning perjury.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll say it.
Yep.
I mean, hey, I know both the guys. I like them. They're nice people.
Yeah. But
we'll let it continue there.
yeah.
Now, we all know the issue that William Castro has. What happened? First of all, chasing somebody trying to pass a bad check, duh.
Down the sidewalk, wrong way.
As far as we understand, the public knows, the only police chases the City of Lawrence Police Department authorizes if there was deadly force or imminent threats of deadly force. Then they're authorized a police chase.
Right.
It is what it is.
Not passing a bad check.
The report was written after acting chief, provisional chief, whatever you want to call him, Castro was involved in some kind of an accident and filled out a report. The report was basically a lie.
Mm-hmm. He said it was a bank robbery. Didn't he say it was a bank robbery?
Well, I don't know what.
I think he said it was a bank robbery.
Passing a bad check is not, to me, in my estimation, bank robbery.
No, and or to have a chase.
Yeah. You don't go in trying to pass a bad check with a gun.
No.
That would be bank robbery.
That would be bank robbery. Right.
So now we come to another problem. Me and a computer and Google.
This is very true.
Yes.
But sometimes you and a computer are a good thing.
Yes. I know what kind of trouble. I don't know what kind of trouble I'm going to get into. I don't really care. But the public deserves to know this stuff.
Right.
I asked the question, is a police officer lying on a police report a felony in Massachusetts? And this is what Google returned. No. A police officer lying on a report in Massachusetts is generally considered a misdemeanor.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it is a misdemeanor. He missed the truth, and a misdemeanor we're getting about it.
Yeah.
It's not a felony. It's punishable under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 269, Section 13A, with a maximum penalty of 1 year in jail, which would be Middleton.
Yep.
And or a fine of $500. This is considered a false report to a police officer crime. But the police officer is making the report.
That's right.
Key points about this charge: a misdemeanor classification. Filing a false report in Massachusetts is considered a misdemeanor. Mm-hmm. Okay, proving intent to convict. The prosecution must prove beyond a reasonable doubt the officer intentionally made a false report, knowing it was untrue. The potential consequences. Depending on the severity of the false information and the circumstances, a police officer could face disciplinary action within the department in addition to criminal charges. Now, this was from Google. I didn't make any of this up.
Right.
Okay, the second question I asked, is a police officer lying on a police report reason to revoke a gun permit in Massachusetts? Okay? Mm-hmm. Yes, a police officer lying on a police report, could be reason to revoke a gun permit in Massachusetts. The explanation: the licensing authority can revoke or suspend a gun permit in Massachusetts after providing the permit holder with notice and a chance to be heard. The revocation or suspension must be in writing and state the reason for the action. A criminal record can also be reason for revoking a gun permit. Lying on a gun permit application can result in the application being denied. Lying to police can be a crime in Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. And the Massachusetts False Claims Act allows for civil penalties and triple damages for false claims. Well, again, this is information that's readily available.
Right.
I'm not out. I'm just saying this is what it is.
It is, yeah.
People may not like what I've got to say, but it's the truth.
It is.
I mean, the people deserve the truth, and
oh yeah, they do.
And the truth, the truth is only the only truth in City Hall is if somebody has a dictionary. Truth is in the dictionary somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they tell you what they want. I mean.
Well, someone was complaining, and I keep saying this. If there is an event in the city that people should be going to or know about, we don't hear it till either the morning, an hour before the event, or we hear about it after the fact because it's posted.
Yeah. I noticed
and I've been saying this from day one.
Yeah.
When Dan Rivera was mayor, if he, we knew.
I'll clean the phrase up. If Dan Rivera broke wind, everybody knew about it. It was online.
There was a public. It was a press release. We knew about everything that's going on in the city, and we knew about it days before.
Yeah.
Sometimes even a week before, so people could attend.
And this is when the mayor only had 4 people working in his office.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Now we got a mayor's office staff in almost triplicate.
Yeah. And we can't get anything.
No,
can't get anything.
And
I'm so sick of getting phone calls. Oh, are you going to such and such? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Are you going? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I'm sick of getting things secondhand. It's.
I noticed this because I like taking photos.
Right.
Excuse me. I am also taking photos for a good friend of mine, Dahlia Diaz of the Rumbo News.
Right.
I see events. I get events, as Brenda said. I get these things hours before they happen.
Yeah. Like 10 o'clock in the morning, you get a notice for like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me, come on.
I mean, there's a lot of things that deserve to be done.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that deserves to be done is the city website deserves to be reworked totally.
Yeah.
I mean, we mentioned it earlier about city council minutes.
Yep.
They should be on the city website. Mm-hmm. I should be able to click there and say what happened on January 12th, 2nd, whatever the hell, whatever the last day we had a meeting was. I should be able to have those minutes.
Right, exactly.
They're not there. One of my personal pet peeves is, I mentioned it last week, why isn't there some place that tells you how you can easily file a report about a pothole? Well, my own philosophy is the city doesn't want you to file a report about a pothole.
That means you have to go out and work.
I see a pothole, I report it. Brenda hits the pothole. She now has a claim against the city because the city has been notified. Don't call them. Send them an email.
Right.
That's an electronic record.
Right.
Okay? I ignore sending the pothole complaint. You're screwed.
Yep.
You're out the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the state law says that the municipality has to be notified.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember what it was. It was either pothole or potholes. No. I mean, the police department is rather free in posting loud noise at Law PD.
Right. Yeah.
I did do some digging, and I got a horrendously long 2-page report that had to be filled out in order to file a thing. For pothole.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll use my house. Everybody knows where I live.
But not for anything. But so why don't they just have it? You get your name, your address, phone number we can be reached, email address, the location of the pothole
as best you can describe
it, and that's all they need. What else do they need? What else could they possibly need?
Well, okay, down your neck of the woods on Davis Street, okay?
Yeah.
Between Amherst and Bowden.
Okay.
The con we're who's it?
Scanlon's.
Gene Scanlon's father's
that's Amherst and Davis.
Okay, right down the middle of the street where the pavement joined.
Yeah.
there is a pothole, a lengthy pothole developing between the two joints because they did not compact them properly. The water gets in, it pops it loose. Describing something like that, you should be able to do it.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be 2 pages. I mean, I could see maybe 3/4 of a page, but not two.
No, not 2 pages.
Because you know what? Because you know why they do that? Because then people look at it and say, oh, I'm not filling this out, it's too long. And people just go off the thing.
Yeah, again, you know, you're driving, you ignore reporting it, you're in basically putting a hurt on a fellow motorist.
Yeah.
With the way that they're creating job positions in the DPW, you figure they'd have somebody just driving around logging these
Potholes.
But
yeah, well,
you know, I mean, it is what it is. But, it gets
because nothing is simple in the city, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and that's the only
thing.
part.
The only thing simple in the city is what the higher authorities think the citizens are.
Yeah.
You know, I'll say it.
Yeah, I just, you know, what more do you need except name, address, phone number, email address, the place where the pothole is, and that's it. You don't need anything else. But then the other thing is, who gets the report? Is it the DPW director?
It goes.
Or where does it go? Where does it fall into?
I sent a. I said, let me try pothole, or potholes at cityoflawrence.com. I sent the subject test, and the message was, this is just a test. And then later that day, I went into the DPW to find out about it. And, well, first of all, if that email address didn't work, the email would have got blown back at me.
Right.
It got accepted.
Okay.
They went and they found the email, and potholes at cityoflawrence.com had the now dearly departed Mr. Mateus's email on the top of it. It went to his computer. That was before he moved upstairs and got bounced out of the building. I wonder if he got escorted out. I digress.
You know, there's nothing simple to fill out a form in the city.
No, there isn't.
Which is sad. Which is very sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be take no more than 5 minutes to fill out a form.
Yeah.
And that's, you know.
But okay, now getting back to the website. Let's see. Brenda and I, we both go on and, well, I'll grab her thing.
Okay.
She goes to city council, and then we go to meetings.
Yeah.
And then you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. You have to go through, 5 or 6 years worth of each year.
Yeah.
Then you get to 2025. Then you have to click on January. Once you click on January of 2025, now you have to scroll back up to get what you're looking for.
Yep. It used to be a lot easier.
Yeah, a lot easier.
A lot simple. Not unless you go instead of going under departments and city clerk, you go under city council, and you can pull that up right away.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just doesn't show up as city council.
I have less problems going into the Lawrence police logs to look for specific information. They got it. They go back to 15, but they don't have anything for 15, 16, or 17. They have the logs from 18 forward.
Yeah.
You click on 18, it pops up. What do you want? January, February, March, all the way down.
Yeah.
You click on that, and then you get the 3, the 4, the 5 pages for. Well, you would get the days of the month.
Right.
And then you would click on the day that you wanted.
Right.
And then you would get 3, 4, or 5 pages of
depending on
short version of the police report.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
It works, but no, they do it. And I have other issues with the city and their websites too. I mean,
horrible. horrible.
We won't talk about that
And
one.
and
I'm saving that one for.
And nothing's even updated on a lot of them.
I know.
I'm like, wait a minute, what is?
I'm waiting for the one I talked to you about, my issue with the city. I'm waiting for the state of the city address to pop that one out, because that's when all the big shots will be there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'll embarrass them. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean.
Yeah. So the other thing is, this is an election year, and when do they pull papers? April?
Starting first week in April. Okay. I'm not exactly sure which.
Oh, not April Fool's Day though. But then again,
some of them would be appropriate on April Fools. But you know, yes, it is what it is.
And, you know, and it's really the municipal. It's the mayor, the city council. That's basically it.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's just strictly a municipal election.
Well, we don't know about school committee yet, because that's a whole big rigmarole.
I don't even want to go there.
I don't even. No. I want to be able to choose who I want
from your district.
From my district as a school committee.
Yes.
Always have, Pat Mariano has been there for quite a while. She's so dedicated to the city.
Yeah.
To say that what if they don't put her name up, or there's so many what ifs. I mean, I'm sick about this whole Jonathan Guzman for District F. He's done a good job. Lenny Roa. It's horrible. Myra from District A. It's sad that we're not going to be able to choose. We get, 3 choices of who we want?
We will have
what if we don't know this person? Because it's not from my district.
We have 3 at large. It's quite conceivable they could get 3 at large candidates from one district.
That's right.
And then the mayor
gets to pick.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I can't say that. The city council selects
3 that
the
mayor has put down.
Well, I assume that they're gonna kind of seep down from the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
And those 3 individuals have to have degrees, have to have experience in law, education, and finance.
Either or. Has to have,
one way or another.
One of each.
That kind of blows the hell out of the likes of Brenda or myself or somebody else from wanting to be one of the appointed.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It is what it is.
And I'm just so upset about this whole thing.
Yeah.
So upset that they have chosen to do this.
I mean, I've said it before. I go by the Constitution: one man, one vote. I mean, Holyoke came out of receivership. Yep. They didn't have to go. But no, that was a different set of dynamics. That was according to a highly placed politician in the state government. Different environment.
Yeah. I am totally upset that I'm not going to be able to, because like you said, if it's 3, let's say it's 3 people from District A. I don't know anyone up there. Why would I vote for anyone up there? I don't know them.
I know it.
How would I know how they would vote for the kids?
Yeah.
I just am so upset that this whole thing went down.
Years ago, I've said it before. Years ago, I went up to. A friend asked me to go up to a Haverhill City Council meeting to take some pictures for her, and I did. And they happened to be discussing their school committee, and their school committee was an at-large school committee, and there were people that were literally bent out of shape because all of the at-large, I won't say all, a good portion of the at-large school committee members all lived in one area. Haverhill's a good-sized environment.
Of course, yeah. I
know. You look at Haverhill, and what would be considered the ritzy section of Haverhill? The Bradford area?
Yeah.
That's where most of them were from.
I know.
And they were having a public hearing on it, and I got up, and they chuckled when I introduced myself, and I said, I'm from Lawrence. And I said, my father grew up in Haverhill a long time ago. And I said, Lawrence has district school committee.
Yeah.
The school committee members are from the same districts that you your counselors are from.
That's right.
One school committee member,
One city
one counselor
Right.
from each district.
That's right.
That's the way to do it. And they ultimately changed. Now, Lawrence is, in my estimation, and in Brenda's estimation, a lot of other people, they're taking a step backwards.
And taking away the right for me to vote for
Yes.
who I want.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and I remember when we went into receivership, it was during the Lantigua administration. And, you know, and Lavoie, the whole bit, whatever. And I remember being outside of the school committee. I was voting that night, and I remember being there, and the teachers were all picketing because Mary Lou Bergeron was assistant superintendent.
Yeah.
She had a pulse on what was going on. She knew what was going on, and all the people teachers wanted. Give her a 1-year contract as superintendent. Let her, and then they have a year to find someone, and go into the council. And they voted against it.
Yeah.
And we ended up in receivership.
Yep.
And I could tell you who was on that council, who was on that committee, but I'm not going to. But that's the sad part.
Yeah.
That's the sad part, that this happened, that they're going to put this through.
No, it just amazes me at the wealth of political stupidity that circulates in 200 Uncommon Street. I mean, I'm 200 Common Street. I'm sorry.
It's like, why? What is the background for it? Do they think we're going to get out of receivership any sooner?
No. I don't know if you were here or I did it last meeting, last thing by myself about the fact that the way the law was written, the title of the law was changing the Lawrence School Committee upon exiting receivership. But nowhere in that entire bill is there anything that says that. And the very last line, it said, this law takes effect immediately on signing by the governor.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. We got hornswoggled again.
A surprise?
No, I'm not surprised.
No.
You know, I just look at it and, it's like the redneck joke. Here, hold my beer. Here, hold this. Let's see what we can do this time.
Yeah.
How we can.
So it'll be interesting to see who the three people are who's gonna run, or the three people that they're going to appoint. I don't know. I just I think, like I said, this is an election year, and I think people need to really stop and think.
How much input do you think that Mr. Carrero and
Matos?
Who's the other guy?
Mr. Matos? Carlos Matos?
Yeah, are going to have in selecting those three?
I don't know.
Well, I assume that the way Mr. Carrero was ramrodded down our throat, that he's going to be in agreement whatever the mayor is going to say.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Matzos?
Carlos Matos.
In his political history and association with the political hierarchy in Lawrence, they're going to be thinking the same page.
Yeah. Yeah.
The mayor may not come down and say, I want A, B, and C, but Carrero will be there saying, A, B, and C do have some, have the qualities we require. I don't know.
Every day it's a new adventure in the city. I mean, like I said, you just sit there every day. You just wait for the newspaper, or you wait for the TV station to put something on.
Well, I mean, you're mentioning the newspaper. I mean, I'm not going to. We know that the Eagle Tribune does not really cover Lawrence effectively.
No.
I mean, I'm amazed that Jill came out with these 2 stories. I mean, this is something that isn't going away.
No, it's not going to go away.
No.
And I don't know.
Oh, that's something else we haven't heard about.
What?
The Citizens Advisory Committee.
Oh, that's right.
For the police chief.
That's right.
I haven't gotten my acceptance notification
I don't think anyone
yet.
has. I don't think anyone has.
I'll be honest. I put my name in.
I know. I know a couple of other people who have.
One of those people was bad-mouthed on a podcast yesterday.
Of course.
Well, it is what it is.
Of course it is, but you know.
I just look, and it's.
You every, like I said, every day you know I go out and get because I still have the Tribune delivered. I go out and get the paper and look at the headlines and say, oh crap.
Yeah. I mean, it's no secret. I mean, I get 3 stories. I get the front page.
Yeah.
And I get 3 stories, just the beginning of them. And if I wanted to subscribe, or if I want to go in and buy the issue, I can go in and buy the issue for $2, something like that. That's what I did the other day.
Yeah.
And yesterday I did it.
Yeah, like I said.
And then when I got the paper today, I went over to the rack of papers that he hasn't had taken back, and I paid $3 for yesterday's newspaper too.
I don't know why you'd have to pay for yesterday's, considering it was yesterday's paper. But then again.
I wanted
copies.
I want hard copy of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. I look at it but the point I was getting at, more often than not, I'm finding out they're having problems in Plastow with broken hydrants. I don't really care about.
I know.
Is that front page news for the city of Lawrence?
No, but if you look at the Tribune, most of it's New Hampshire.
I know it is.
Most of it is New Hampshire.
You know, I just say, what have we done wrong? And you know, I mean,
we're now getting more. More stuff is going on about Methuen. Andover, not Andover, but you have to look on page 5 or 6 to find a Lawrence story sometimes. If you can even find one, because 9 out of 10 times there isn't one.
I mean, I pull this name out. Keith.
How about Keith Eddings?
Keith Eddings. He used to write. He'd write them.
He'd write them. Of course, he'd make some mistakes, and I'd be texting him, Keith, this is wrong, this is wrong, but whatever. Mike LaBella, but he was Haverhill.
Well,
yeah.
They moved him out of Lawrence, so I don't know. I wonder why.
Bill Kurt. Bill Kurt.
The old guy?
Yeah.
With the white hair and glasses?
No, Bill Kurt was the one that used to always be there after Keith left. He was, now he's a nighttime editor and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. But
I can't remember that guy.
Yeah,
he was very friendly.
Yeah.
And then the girl.
Oh, right.
And she ended up getting a job up at PR up at LGH.
Yeah.
I mean, they all wrote good stories.
They
and
did,
then when
we gotta watch the time.
Mike LaBella left, that's kind of like when Lawrence just went off the front page totally.
Yeah.
I mean, Jill does write some good stories about the crime that happens.
Yeah, but
it is what it is.
But no, we just got to, so Monday's the holiday.
Yes.
So Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, City Council Chambers. We will be there in the second row. Hopefully someone will come down and say, hi, we saw you, or hi, I'm here.
I'll tell you, the first meeting of the month.
Boring.
I was lonesome. The ordinance committee meeting.
Well, not boring.
It was not boring, but we were the only ones there.
Yeah.
After 3 people, the 2 city attorneys and Sue Fink.
Oh, and Dan McCarthy left.
Okay. That was it.
Yeah.
We sat there for an hour and a half by ourselves.
Yeah.
Just listening, watching, whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you people, you don't understand. You need to watch the expressions on the council's face. You don't see those on TV.
Yeah.
So anyway, so come down. We'll be there, second row on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And enjoy your long weekend.
Yes. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Happy Inauguration Day.
And good luck on the polar plunge to our friend Jay.
Yes.
Better him than me.
Yeah.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Sayonara.